In today's video, we're going to be explaining 5 insanely broken heroes for Season 2 that you should learn if you want to climb in Marvel Rivals. I hit rank 1 Iron Fist in Season 1.5 and I was 1 above all, so the information you're getting is very accurate and we're not making stuff up. But these 5 champions, if you main them, will probably get you so many wins in Season 2. Let's begin. So the first hero I want to be talking about is Captain America. So Captain America received some buffs and a new team up in Season 2. Basically, his hit point has increased by 75 to 750 in total, and for being Winter Soldier's anchor, he gets a permanent 5% damage boost on all of his abilities, although his shield only blocks 350 instead of 400, but overall, a bunch of buffs. And the thing is, he already got buffed in Season 1.5 and he was already starting to be kind of good. The team up ability with Bucky is kind of whatever. It just gives Winter Soldier a nice escape or ability to leap to his allies. It's kind of cool, but it's not really OP. Also, the fact that Winter Soldier is kind of turbo nerfed means this team up doesn't actually matter that much. And also the overall meta is changing very heavily, such as infinite ammo. There's infinite ammo with Punisher, but infinite ammo with Bucky and Punisher is gone. Therefore, Captain America can breathe against some of these comps. Like a melee character's worst nightmare was infinite ammo, but now because it's only Punisher, a lot of people are not running this comp as much as Season 1.5. The fact that this champion can run at your supports and just be an absolute terrorist, and if your DPS or tanks are not peeling, then he's gonna have a fun time with the supports. Stall the cart, and of course he has a support ult as his ultimate, so if he needs to, he can protect his allies and have an extra support ult for his overall team. Also, even though Wolverine is kind of a counter to him, but not really because he's really fast, it does help that a lot of these tank busters are not being seen as much and there's a complete meta shift happening. So yeah, as Captain America, you either hit the people in front of you or you start to dive their supports and then be an absolute terrorist with their supports, and you have a third support ult for your team. So who doesn't love Captain America? The next person you want to main is going to be Hulk. Now in Season 1, people were abusing the Gamma Overdrive team up with Iron Man and Doctor Strange, making Iron Man do an incredible amount of damage, but they did nerf that since then. And now for Season 2, they buffed Bruce Banner's movement speed from 600 to 650, reduced the cooldown of his shield from 12 seconds to 10 seconds, and decreased the minimum charge time from his incredible leap from 0.7 seconds to 0.5, making him faster overall. And he has a new team up with Namor, giving his squids Gamma Charge, making Hulk and Namor, both S tier heroes, even more godlike, and making Hulk on the permaban list. Especially in high elo, like, you do not let Hulk and Namor go through together, otherwise you'll probably lose the game. So essentially what's going on is Hulk, again, infinite ammo is gone. Well, of course there's still Punisher, but Bucky and Punisher can't do the infinite team up to bust Hulk down, only Punisher can. Therefore, Hulk is seen more in these games, and Wolverine has been nerfed as well. So again, these tank busters being nerfed makes Hulk dive into your team, run amok, and cause chaos. And if you know how to use Hulk's ultimate properly, and either forcing enemy support ults or killing their support straight up with the combo that he does, you know, smack them and then right click them in the air to one-shot them, Hulk is a complete menace and terrorist. And even if Namor is banned, you can run Hulk by himself and just absolutely take over games. Especially since your shield comes up every 10 seconds instead of 12 seconds. You can think of that shield buff as a 15% increase on how often he can use his shield. So if you're a Hulk main, now's the time to actually main Hulk and destroy all your games. Not a lot of infinite ammo is coming out, so Hulk has a really nice time in surviving in these team fights. Next up is the champion I main, the hero I love, Iron Fist. I don't know why they buffed him, but they gave him some buffs for no reason. I'm not complaining. His meditation has been decreased to 100 from 150, but the fall off rate has been decreased from 25 to 15 per second, so you can actually use the overshield now. They increased his damage to tanks, and it's the same damage against squishies with 250 health and more. So yeah, just a buff to just killing tanks, honestly, that's it. And I don't know why they did this, but they turned his dragon kick from 12 seconds to 10 seconds, meaning he can get out of fights more, he can execute people more with this. Yeah, this is a crazy buff. And also, like I said, infinite ammo gone. All melee characters love this. No more Rocket Bucky. Bucky also being nerfed, by the way. I totally forgot about that. But because Bucky is nerfed, he is like really good at peeling for his supports, right? So Hulk, Iron Fist, Captain America, no one is picking Winter Soldier anymore. Therefore, all these divers are running amok onto these squishy champions. You cannot play Iron Fist into infinite ammo, otherwise if you did, you would just be useless. You'd block and then run away because there's so much damage. But yes, like I said, Bucky becoming not a meta champion is actually making the meta a bit more spicy. And Iron Fist likes that infinite ammo isn't a thing anymore and Bucky is nerfed. Because he, again, is running a terrorism on your backline. If you don't focus him, well, guess what? He's going to kill your supports. And if you do focus him, well, guess what? He's going to block that and turn it into overhealth and get a 30% damage reduction for free and still kick your ass. Iron Fist is a champion that wants you to look at him. He wants the attention of the enemy team to focus him down so he can get that overshield. He is a needy girlfriend and he wants your attention. So unfortunately, you got to deal with him. He's very needy, and if you don't deal with him, he'll kill your supports. Once you give him enough tension, he'll go away and leave you alone. Of course, that only lasts about like 5 or 8 seconds. Then he comes back with more neediness, and now you got a mosquito pissing off your supports yet again. Unfortunately, you have to peel this guy, but the DPS doesn't want to because that's not getting value for them. They need to fight their tanks, the enemy DPS, other supports. But if they're doing 0 damage for like 3 seconds against an Iron Fist who's blocking, yes, they are losing value while Iron Fist gains more value. Iron Fist right now is very strong in the meta. He does have some counters still, like Scarlet Witch, who might become a big problem. I'm not sure how she is, but I heard she's actually pretty good. He's also very good against Emma Frost, who is a very popular hero right now, just because she's really fun to play. She's also pretty decent as a tank as well. Is she OP? I don't really think she's OP, but you know, a lot of people think she's a solid character. She's kind of like Thing, you know? A lot of people pick Thing, but no one cares to ban it, because in no way he's not really that annoying, kind of like Emma Frost. But she is considered to be a new shield tank with their new shield thing, right? So does Iron Fist care about that shield? No, he just runs her down. He does care about that diamond form though. That thing is scary. That thing can one-shot him if he's not careful. But like I said, Iron Fist will run your team if you don't have proper counters or things to deal with him. I do think he is very OP and he can kill Rocket Raccoon, as they nerf self-healing and the dashes for Rocket Raccoon. So he actually has a lot better time in the backline. And of course, he likes it when Mantis gets a nerf to her hit point bar. Speaking of Rocket Raccoon, yes, Rocket Raccoon, I know he was an inflated champion that gave a lot of people their elo. And now he is beyond broken, probably one of the S tier supports. I actually think he might be the best support at the moment. I beg for my supports to play Rocket Raccoon. It's just the best at the moment, in my opinion. But essentially the changes, they did add direct healing if you hit the healing on them. So it adds some skill to Rocket Raccoon players. They nerfed his jetpack by 4 seconds and decreased the dash distance. And the biggest change, of course, is his ultimate is now a support ultimate. It doesn't give as much damage boost, but it gives over health to all your teammates, about 100 hit point per second. So now the new meta thing is to actually kill the rocket beacon. I don't know what it is. Amplifier. You got to kill the amplifier, otherwise it's just going to give everyone bonus health. Funny enough, no one cared about killing it before when it gave 40% damage boost, but now it's impossible to kill the enemies when they're being damage boosted and amplified on their hit point, so you have to kill the amplifier. Now they did nerf the ultimate charge for it, being 3,700 to 4,000, and when they nerfed all the support ults and increased all the ultimate charges, they didn't touch Rocket Raccoons until season 2. But like I said, this big support ultimate change now turns him from an amplifying bot to a support ult. He gives his whole team a nice big support ult, and I think he heals more. I'm not too sure about the numbers on his healing orbs, but I think if you hit all of the orbs on one person, I don't know how often that happens, it's more healing. Rocket in high elo used to be a troll pick, kind of, if you didn't pick Bucky or Punisher, but now play him in any comp, he is busted. Again, he's got support out and he's got a revive. He's like Adam Warlock, but he just heals a lot more and take out the DPS. Adam Warlock's Soul Bond is literally Rocket's ultimate, but with a 25% damage boost. And I guess more healing, you know. Just a greater Adam Warlock, to be honest. Rocket Raccoon should be picked in every game. If not, I don't know. I think your supports are trolling. And finally, I know this one might amaze you guys, but Mr. Fantastic. So a bunch of changes did happen to him, but TLDR, he has a new slow effect on his backshots ability. He gains less health when he goes into inflated mode to 400 instead of 450. But I think the biggest change is his ultimate going into inflated state and gaining the bonus health. So what you can do is you go inflated state, whack him a bit. Once you drop down to 300 health, it's time to use your ultimate and gain that health back, making Mr. Fantastic having about like 1600 health for when he's using his ultimate. On top of that, he's just very broken right now. This guy cleaves your team, does a bunch of damage. You'll see like good Fantastics, it will have a bunch of DPS down as well as a bunch of damage blocked. He is a tank Vanguard with DPS combined. Like I said, he can also dive the enemy backline by himself and just whack them. Like overall, all the buffs you saw, they are just straight up buffs. Yeah, there's some nerfs in there, but most of it is insane buffs. And also the fact that infinite ammo is gone, you don't see much Punishers and Rocket, and Bucky being nerfed, aka one of Mr. Fantastic's, I think it was one of his counters. Being nerfed means Mr. Fantastic is running a truck on teams. I am currently learning him as well, and oh my god, this champion, like I always get SVP or whatever, MVP. Like I said, infinite ammo being gone, well, hey, guess what? Mr. Fantastic is happy. It's really weird. They buffed all the divers that hated infinite ammo and then nerfed infinite ammo. Well, mainly Bucky. Every diver's worst nightmare, and all these divers are basically taking over. Funny enough, I know I did mention that Rocket Raccoon is up here, even though his survivability on himself is weaker. It's just him as a hero is just super OP. You might think I'm crazy that Mr. Fantastic is OP, but like, how does this hero have a 56% win rate in 40,000 games? That's right, 40,000. I know Rocket Raccoon has 170,000 matches, but 40,000 matches, 56% win rate. Mr. Fantastic, very OP. Like I said, his counters have been nerfed, therefore he is a terrorist on your front line as well as your back line, giving them back shots. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know the the top 5 champions are divers and it's just Rocket Raccoon, but that's kind of what the meta is. Nothing to stop these divers. Namor, Hulk, like Hulk is basically permabanned, so can Namor stop him? Kind of. He can damage them, but he can't slow them. And I mean, yeah, the squids are annoying. The squids are pretty annoying. The divers like Iron Fist and Mr. Fantastic, they have a lot of hit point in them or block, so I mean, a Namor by himself isn't going to stop them. There needs to be something. Scarlet Witch might be able to do the job, but I haven't seen a lot of Scarlet Witch, even though she's actually pretty good. I think she's pretty good right now. But anyways, thanks for watching. Goodbye.